What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com. I told y'all, as the news came in about this NPC Global thing and what's going on, of course, bankrolled by bodybuilding.com. I keep getting messed up. That everything is kind of coming to light. And one of myself and Louis Marc, I'm going to mention him because he and I talk about this all the time because we want what's best for the sport. We might not see it the same way, but we want what's best. And one thing we all kind of looked at is it all kind of, with Kai drop in the Olympia, with Kai's new line, maybe it's people were saying, oh, it's a way for him to promote his new line. Lee Thompson seen with Kai at this event at the Olympia in Vegas. I feel like a gossip reporter because frankly I am right now because I'm privy to information that a lot of people aren't because of my connections due to my many years in the industry. It is what it is, and I feel I'm compelled to tell you guys about this, especially since I am throwing my hat in the ring. There's going to be a live article, an opinion piece on this, on how bodybuilding is not dead. Bodybuilding has just evolved like every other sport. That will be on the content site at Tiger Fitness. Follow my Instagram and all my social media so you know that this is up. We will film also Steve Shaw, who wrote this op-ed piece, and my opinion on it on Wednesday, and you will have that now. Concerning Kai Greene and the NPC Global, I would like to say that I never stated 100% that Kai was involved in this, and I am glad I didn't because from my understanding from an extremely credible source, Kai was used. Kai was used by Lee Thompson and by an organization most likely allegedly bankrolled by BB.com. He was used, and everything was done at a timing where people would assume Kai was involved in this. It would get more publicity and more notoriety, and they even used Kai at the beginning of their video and everything. And let me just say that allegedly, or as I've heard, Kai wasn't too pleased about this situation. Kai never had anything to do with Lee Thompson. He had no knowledge, this is from my source, which is a good source, no knowledge of any of this shit going on. So what about Kai being seen with Lee at this event at City Athletic Club? As I told you here, Kai's event. Here's what happened. Lee waited for 5 hours in line to see Kai. Lee wasn't invited. Lee wasn't on the VIP list. Lee had nothing to do with the event. Kai didn't even take a picture with him. Kai's a very nice, cordial, respectful individual. And Kai would not kick him out of there, obviously. But let's just say that he wasn't on the bro list for that night. Lee waited in line like everybody else to say that he wanted to, his statement was, I just wanted to thank Kai for this wonderful opportunity, making it sound like Kai is a part of this. Guys, if you're going to overtake the largest, most powerful organization in the history of the sport, I mean, internationally, you can make a case for NAB, but let's be real here. An IFBB card is an IFBB Pro card. It's the only pro card. I mean, I'm a NABA Pro, and I'm saying that. I mean, unless you're an IFBB Pro, you're a second-tier pro. It is what it is. Phil Heath ain't a NABA Pro. Branch Warren ain't a NABA Pro. Marc Lobliner is, and I'm second-rate at best. Okay? So here's the deal. I mean, will I get an IFBB Pro card? I don't know what the future holds. We'll see how my physique looks when I compete. Kai was used. This is some shady shit, very shady. And this should be, if you're going to overthrow an organization this powerful, has already faced a lot of adversity, such as the WBF with Vince McMahon and other organizations trying to essentially overthrow them, I would have my ducks in a row. One, I would make sure that the person behind it, Lee Thompson, had a clean history. When in fact, if you Google Lee's name, there's a lot of stuff that he's accused of, sexual harassment down the line. I'm not saying he sexually harassed anybody. I'm just saying this is what I'm hearing. I'm getting messages on Facebook, I'm going to remain anonymous, about Lee sexual harassing people, about him being shady, about him fixing shows, about him accepting bribes. I don't know if those are true. But generally speaking, if you want to go against somebody based on morals and ethics and how the organization is run, make sure that you have a pretty squeaky clean past, or else that stuff will come up because we have the internet now. I understand we're still operating an archaic system. I like their whole scoring system. Everybody's going to see it. It's clear. It's the. But at the end of the day, here's what I think happened. Lee aligned with bodybuilding.com. Last minute, Lee saw an opportunity where Kai dropped out to jump in, get on the bandwagon, make it look like Kai is affiliated with it for the publicity. Everybody was mad at the Kai thing. He jumps in, say, hey, it's this. Leads in with a Kai piece, and boom, he's on the map. All of a sudden, people are wondering what NPC Global is, and yet nobody looked up usage trademarks. Does anybody have a lawyer here? Am I the only one with an attorney? Okay, so bodybuilding.com has been working with Lee. Allegedly, this is my opinion. This is what I think's happening. This is all speculation. If I'm wrong, I will admit in the end. Bodybuilding.com had issues. Amazon Sport Nutrition overthrew them, outbid them for the number 2 spot as a sponsor for the Olympia, took over, took all the friggin' glory, took all the namesake. Bodybuilding.com's pissed. They aligned with Lee Thompson, bankroll him, make it so he could have big prize money, try to lure some of the top pros, and bingo, bango, Kai drops out. Bam! You got yourself what's going on now. I'm really sorry I even brought Kai into the situation. And to say it was a plot to, I never said this, to get his supplement company out there, he's Kai Greene. Winning the Olympia would have done more to benefit his supplement company than any of this shit going on right now. I'll tell you what though, Kai put out a product with adequately dosed ingredients that taste, you know what, I'll be honest here. I'm trying it tomorrow. According to my staff, it tastes really good. I left it in the office. I was supposed to take it this weekend. I'm so sorry, Kai. But I read the ingredients. I love the ingredient set. I'm really impressed with it. And Kai didn't need this to launch his supplement brand. He doesn't need to switch organizations. Kai is arguably the top 2, if not the best, arguably 1 or 2 bodybuilder in the world. Kai doesn't need this. And the fact that Lee Thompson allegedly, according to my source, used him for this shows you that here's what we need to do. I'm working out a way to get with the IFBB to make the sport better. Whether I have anything to do with that or not, I love bodybuilding. I train hard. It's made me a better person, and I owe my life to bodybuilding, not because it essentially made me all the success I have. Again, my money was made in publishing, where I originally started. I'm not saying that, bodybuilding, I've never made a dime competing. I might win $400 if I win a pro show or whatever it is. I don't care. But at the end of the day, I love the sport. And bodybuilding, seeing Dorian's physique on the cover of Flex magazine when I was 13, 14 years old, starting training, that's what got me motivated. So we don't need a new organization with more problems than the old organization. We need to get together and make it so the NPC IFBB is the most fan-friendly, fair sport or fair form of bodybuilding we will ever see. So I appreciate you guys watching. I'll keep you up to date as I get more information because it's coming in. Again, there's a lot of people I can call on. And again, I encourage you to just pay attention to the content side on Tiger Fitness. Pay attention to my social media because the other site, they did an article about how bodybuilding's dead, written by a good friend of mine, Jim Schmaltz, who I disagree with on this, that bodybuilders, they have a picture of Frank Zane next to Rami. Frankly, I think Rami beats him in the pose. But what we do is we make a rebuttal in that that's not killing the sport. That's called evolution. Running backs, linemen in the NFL, they've all gotten bigger. As sports get more competitive and better, 4-minute mile. I always point to the 4-minute mile. Except instead of running faster, we get bigger. Before you argue with me on that, just read the article. And if you're like me, I actually shed a little tear. I emailed Steve back. I'm like, this is absolutely amazing. This article is amazing. But again, there's a lot of things in process. But a lot of you guys are coming out against Kai Greene and what he allegedly had to do with this organization. And for time being, I'm going to say Kai had nothing to do with this. And I apologize for even insinuating that would be a possibility. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it. I'm Marc Lobliner, TigerFitness.com, because essentially becoming a gossip columnist at 34 years old, well, at least I wear these LeBrons. That's not a game.